CNN is a dumpster fire. Honestly, if you're still watching CNN, I don't know what to tell you. You are getting nothing but lies and framing that is designed to draw emotional responses out of you, which is the last thing you need. Trust, man. Just chill, relax. You got to think about things. You can't take the first thing that they say and run with it. Because what, they on TV? Man, folks on TV lying to you and selling you BS all day. Do not listen to them. Now, I want to talk about the framing right here, about those tweets, right? White supremacists celebrate Trump's racist tweets. First and foremost, let's define our words here. Racism is the feeling of superiority to that feeling that is basically feeling your race is superior to other races, that they are inferior. None of that was in Trump's tweet at all. He never see, that's the thing about Trump's presidency that it seems no one else is noticing. Trump never mentions race, not once. It's never him. It's always the people around him. It's always the media that keeps bringing race up, race this, that, and the third. No. He doesn't talk about it at all. Same way Obama didn't talk about it at all. It's a smart play. It's like since the days of Reagan, it's been a smart play to just shut the fuck up about race, all right? Because it ultimately, we are all supposed to be flying that flag, that American flag. That's supposed to be the combining link, the combining thread that ties us all together. It's supposed to be the American flag. So if you sit there and speak of the American people as a whole in general, then you're far more likely to go far, which is actually how Trump ended up winning, because he's all about the American people. And he's been very clear, very, very clear that race or creed or religion don't really matter to him. So CNN, being the opposition, being the La Resistance, CNN being La Resistance, has done this little segment, and they featured Richard Spencer, who is a not well regarded, but well known white nationalist. Takes the moniker of a white supremacist, like he owns all of those labels. So bruh, do your thing. But I've seen him have conversations with tons of people, such as I think Roland Martin had him on a show once. So as far as his supremacy and as far as white supremacy goes, I'm not like we always imagined it. It would be more along the lines of, I ain't talking to that monkey, as opposed to sitting down and actually having conversations with folks. But we live in 2019, not 1935. So let's get into what CNN does here.
People that if they don't like it here, they can leave.
President Trump defending his tweets targeting 4 progressive Democrats of color. Today tweeting, these tweets were not racist. But you know who does think that? Avowed racist. And they love it. This from neo-Nazi Andrew Anglin, who runs one of the most clicked racist anti-Semitic website.
Other day I did a video where Gruwal bro is talking about, man, I do not agree with Gruwal on a lot of things, but he was talking about ending mandatory sentencing, right? So I agree with him on that. When it comes to Gruwal is New Jersey's Attorney General. I actually agree with him on that. So yeah, I'll be like, regardless of how we feel about that other thing, this thing right here is something that we do agree on. There's just because you agree with somebody or someone agrees with you does not mean that you are connected at the hip, I guess, because this is what these media sites have been doing. Like, they've been manipulating the shit out of the American people, and it's really sad and dangerous that they're actively trying to march us down this road, all for clicks and all for money. I don't think in a lot of cases they realize the damage that they're doing, the role that they play in inciting this idea of racism and white supremacy, which, let's be real, hasn't gone away, but it's not what it once was. And the fact that they keep trying to draw these parallels is dangerous as hell. Let's deal with 2019 problems in 2019 ways, as opposed to, oh my goodness, this is like back when on the back of the bus, boy. I mean, they used to make us sit all the way back there. They sucked the dogs and the hoses on me and all this other stuff. We do not live in those times.
This is the kind of white nationalism we elected him for. A white nationalist podcaster simply parroted Trump's words with a picture of the 4 American congresswomen with the caption, "Set."
So, like I said, his name's James. Yeah, you suck. But, like I said, just because people agree does not mean that they share ideologies, or people like something that someone doesn't mean that the person that did the thing that they like has anything to do with them. He don't know these folks exist, man. He really don't.
Them back. White nationalist Patrick Casey tweeted in agreement that the 4 lawmakers simply do not belong in America, let alone in our government. What does the president think about support from these circles?
Okay, so notice how this whatever he's about to say right here has absolutely no context. It comes in from her, well, now from me talking, but like this is a framing mechanism that you're watching in play right here. Oh, what does he say? And she's not getting the question from the reporter. This is just a random answer as far as regular people are concerned.
It doesn't concern me because many people agree with me.
Prominent white supremacist.
Like, you saw that, right? Like, it doesn't concern me because many people agree with me. He could have been talking literally about anything. But this is how CNN is. They are trash bags, man. Jesus, turn CNN off right now if you're watching it. I'm not sitting here telling you to go to Fox News. I'm sorry. If you want to keep watching CNN, go ahead, watch it. I'm sorry. This is me being emotional. I shouldn't be emotional. I just don't like when people try to play with my emotions. And that's the one thing that can get me emotional. It's very weird. But seriously, just know what you're watching. And CNN is the worst. All right, like their ratings are in the trash. I mean, most people aren't watching CNN, so in order to try to drum up their ratings, they bring on controversial figures that they once disavowed. But we got this lady here talking about white supremacy. Come on, darling. Yeah, lady, you're gonna pick up if we get into a literal conflict. It's the next civil war, and by civil war I literally mean we out in the streets banging with bullets flying and grenades going off, and they gotta call in the National Guards and all that other stuff. Where you gonna be? Tuck the fuck away. So honestly, why are you talking right now?
Neo-Nazis and anti-Muslim bigots have fully embraced Donald Trump's recent tweets.
The Anti-Defamation League's Joanna Mendelson says the president's words are also...
Was she blonde? Hold on. Let's take this back for like a couple of seconds. Like, there you go. Like, hold on.
League's Joanna...
Oh, okay, she might have been... Okay, she was looking at the screen. I was... making sure that she wasn't blind, but she way past the wall, man. And the deal is that, oh my goodness, Anti-Defamation League. It's like, and I bring this up in another video that I think I've already done, but I'm not posting yet. These organizations, they need these other organizations such as the KKK and your white nationalist group to exist so they can continue to exist. I'd like all y'all going to be 100% real about it, but I mean, it is what it is. It's the world that we live in. But what you're doing right here is just stoking a bunch of fear. Like, oh yeah, they love this. So what? If a white nationalist loves chocolate ice cream, I am a huge fan of chocolate ice cream. So am I now a white nationalist? Oh no, I have to rethink my entire life. Oh.
Mendelson says the president's words are also having an impact on American society as a whole.
Essentially, it normalizes hate and it makes it acceptable and it lowers...
What do you think you're doing right now, you long-faced person, you? All right? Like, seriously, she's way past the wall. And secondly, she does kind of have a long Sarah Jessica Parker face. But either ways, like, seriously, what do you think you're doing when you hop on TV crying about my white supremacy, my racism? Like, these things don't go away, but they are always far better handled at the personal level. You know, at the local levels. That's where these things really, really matter. Because we gotta work with each other. We have to continue to have some semblance of harmony with each other. But things like this, CNN saying it's on, oh my goodness, the white supremacists, they love this, man. White supremacists really about it. But guess what? They're about to be gigantic hypocrites in about 30 seconds or so. Give it a minute.
Our bar, our tolerance for what is allowed in our country. And that is dangerous.
But here's
my question. What are you talking about? What's allowed in our country? Lady, if it wasn't for the men of our country, you, my dear, wouldn't be allowed to hop your ass up on TV and start crying about what's allowed in the country. I mean, Jesus, like, a lot of this stuff gets stoked by women. Like, a lot of just paranoid, neurotic women that are like, oh my goodness, oh, it's so scary out there. If you're scared, get a dog, all right? But stop sitting here and stop sitting and pretending as if as if you're not a part of the problem, as if you're not exacerbating the problem. Instead of, like, well, you're trying to squash it, shut up. That's how you squash it. Let folks go about their lives and raise our young people to respect each other regardless, no matter what the person's, proclivities are. Or any type of, what's the word? Or any type of characteristic. But the deal is, and something that I've learned, is that adults are nothing more than gigantic freaking children. In the same way that you have those children that bully for no reason, they're the same. It's the same with adults. So adults will do the exact same. And that on all of it starts with the home training. And what's happened, what has feminism been advocating for the past 50 years, is the breaking of our homes. And you're sitting here now talking about, oh my goodness, oh, we got all this white supremacy and racism and all this other stuff. Well, where was their fathers to try to teach them the way? And if you bring up American History X, it's still like, yeah, his father was a D-bag too, but he eventually learned to get past it. And when it was the white folks that forcibly entered his butthole, he was like, going, I got show with the Negroes. At least they ain't gonna try to rape me. Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness. Yeah, American History X is one of those movies that if you look at it from a very specific lens, it's a comedy. Alright.
twist.
Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory!
White nationalist Richard Spencer, who hailed Trump when he was first elected, is among those who are turning on Trump.
Okay, and less than 30 seconds, and this is the hypocrisy of which we speak. You're sitting here talking about, oh, well, Trump is this white supremacist, Trump is this racist, and everything else like that. But the people who are out there as white supremacists and racists are sitting there like, nah, man, we don't like none of the shit he doing, man. This bullshit. He's just dog whistling to us. Fuck out of here.
Any white nationalist will eat up this red meat that Donald Trump is throwing out there. I am not one of them. I recognize the con game that is going on.
They say Trump is all talk and no action on maintaining white dominance in America.
What are you complaining about? What? Yo, what are you complaining about then? Like his actions have you yourself just said that they recognize that, yeah, he has no interest in maintaining white dominance or anything else like that because he bought that paper. Golly, he is the money president. And instead of recognizing that as the reality, the media loves to just take it like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's emboldening all these people. He ain't got nothing to do with that because he ain't worried about that. He worried about the country, as far as how the country looks economically, getting reelected, and making sure that his agenda gets pushed forward. Which he got elected. This is his rights. When it comes to elected officials, man, it's probably because I've been in the game for so long, but they gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. All right, you can like them all you want, but when it comes to their policies, they're gonna do what they want to do, or what they can, or what they're able to do. That's it. So, win, lose, draw, ultimately find a reason to not particularly care for the individual in which you once supported, or if the person that you once supported didn't or if the person that you didn't support win, you'll eventually find a reason. Okay, yeah, they're not that terrible. It is what it is. We just gotta keep going about our business. But CNN right here, just, it's like, yeah, your argument collapses in and of itself in moments.
He gives us nothing outside of racist tweets. And by racist...
Tweets aren't racist, dipshit. Deal is that, like I said, there is no inflection of or inference of anyone's racial superiority or inferiority in either one of those tweets. You are 130% wrong about these tweets being racist. And everything from CNN to MSNBC to Fox, even Fox themselves, they've all been calling the tweets racist. The tweets are not racist. And it really is infuriating to see all these people just continue to fan these flames that they themselves have no intentions of putting out because they want to get paid. That's it.
Tweets that are meaningless and cheap and express the kind of sentiments you might hear from your drunk uncle while he's watching Hannity.
Yeah.
This guy, man, like, seriously, like, Richard Spencer is the guy that, if you're unfamiliar, he got punched in the face, and you had a lot of people sitting there talking about, oh man, it was so great that he got punched in the face. No, I'm not for this physical violence or any kind of violence towards anyone for any reason. If they talking, let them talk. You know, they like, Tariq Nasheed has an audience, so really, like, people, there will always be people willing to be suckered and want to hear only things that reinforce their worldview. We don't do that over here. Over here, it's about trying to take in all worldviews and coming to a more proper conclusion, at least one for myself, and hopefully you can come to yours for yourself. But when it comes to CNN, yeah, trash bags, man, just trash bags.
That was Richard Spencer, the man who championed the 2017.
I guess I want to say no. 35%. She gets 35%. I want to say no, but it like, I ain't trying to like wife it or nothing else like that. Like, I mean, because she way past the wall. So, like, I mean, what could she really do for me?
Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, who believes that whites should live separately from non-whites and Jewish people. Him calling the president's tweet outright racist. But to be clear,
but y'all all wrong. Every single one of you. Like, oh yeah, he's calling the tweet right. That don't make it racist. There is no inference of white superiority. Oh, cause he dog whistled with "Go back to your country." I've heard it myself, and I am an American. Trust me, it's just an old. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he knew the storm that he was creating in order to get a lot of eyes off of some of the other things that he's done, including the abortion restrictions that have just went into place. But he knew what he was doing. And he knew that there wasn't any inflection of inferiority or superiority in that. He simply said, go put your policies in place there, then come back. He ain't even say go there and stay. He said, go put your policies in place and come back and show us how it's done. Oh, wait, no, you ain't gonna do that because most of those countries don't even allow female leadership. Well, I'll be damned. How about you just appreciate where you're at then, huh? Because I've yet to hear Omar, Presley, Tlaib, or Ocasio-Cortez say anything positive about the country. And you can't stop Trump from saying positive things about the country. And it's really sad. It really is that we have an entire party that's dedicated towards the hatred of the United States. And they are being bolstered and propped up by news networks such as CNN.
There are many white nationalists, supremacists, neo-Nazis, whatever racist group they adhere to, who believe that the president is still their best choice.
There's a lot of people. Shout out to Alt Media. They got like 45 subs. I got more subs than Alt Media. So go give them a sub. But yeah, they heal a lot of people. If you don't want the country overrun Like, did you not see the tearing down of the American flag and the putting up of the Mexican flag? I mean, did that get past CNN? More than likely, because it's one of the, it doesn't fall into their narrative, as well as, you know, Richard Spencer saying how the Trump tweets were racist. That don't mean, bruh, you do not know what racism is, because racism is superiority, inferiority. There's none of that there. Dead this nonsense, CNN. I mean, this is why you are failing. You are a fail with a capital L at the end for the loss. Just saying. Internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike it, do that too. I ain't scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to catch videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments. Like, if you can point to the racism, point to one racist thing Trump said or done. I would love to hear it in the comments, please, because I'm losing my mind here. I try to be a sane individual. I try to look at things from a pragmatic point of view and not just go off of emotion. You know, something that I preach about on this channel a lot. And to watch, like, you know, everyone just completely ignore everything else and talk about, oh, this is more racism, this is more racism, this is more white supremacy, we're about to bring back Slave Free Tuesday, is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen. And these are quote unquote adults, but like I said, adults are nothing more than big babies. So until the next one.